Hey guys, Mongo here. Just want to give you a quick update on Bitcoin. Apparently, after some people watched the blockchain backer latest video on the point 0 or 702 fib, um, which is unique to him as far as I understand. Let me just give you an idea of what a day trader does. Myself, I'm very successful, and along with other people I deal with on other trading platforms. Let's give you the mind of a day trader and then also a hodler. So what we have here is I haven't drawn in his 0.702 fib, but it's in between, obviously. Here's the 786 coming in up here on this one red line, which I've dotted out. So what you have here, your day traders are looking for a rejection off the 618, or you're looking at the 786, which is up here. So you're in between currently. So once you had a back test and a hold of the 78 or the 618, they're no longer looking for shorts. That's physically not happening. So it doesn't mean we're going to have a dump or a pump right away. You can have this prolonged consolidation for up to 10 to 12 days before we make a movement either down or up. So these lines I draw are not based on time frame. This is based on expectation of it could take 7 to 10 days for this stuff to play out. Just want to be kind of clearing the waters here. I still am expecting a strong rejection at 56,000 or 55,000 if we can get there. These are the last lines in the sand, in my opinion, based on order blocks. This is tough, but once we get above that, and especially the 786 at 57,000, if you look at the daily time frame, there's nothing in terms of candles and order blocks that are actually going to be holding any weight in terms of a FOMO bullish push. And I even drew in my 886, which is a great level I like to short on most time frames. So 886 is coming in at $62,000, or actually $63,000. So that's another big spot for shorting. We get there, that's likely what's going to happen. Now let's zoom back in, and again, nothing is guaranteed. Everything's based on probability. There's no. This is definitely going to happen, which is all speculation. We're just going off of charts, history, and mathematics, right? Math is your friend. That's why we use Fibonacci. So I still have the probability of this yellow line playing out. The question becomes, again, what does the Bitcoin ETF do? Are they going to start selling soon, or are they going to continue buying? If they continue buying, we're easily going to see $60,000, and my red target is going to get hit. The question becomes, if we hit $60,000, are we rejecting really hard, or are we just going to blow right through it? We could be looking at a distribution pattern here on the short term, but keep in mind on the larger time frame. Let's go back out to the 3-day. I actually do the weekly for you. The weekly is bullish. I mean, money flow is silly. I use Market Cipher B. You guys may disagree with this indicator. I like it a lot. CryptoFace uses it. It says an indicator. Money flow is still steadily increasing. Yes, we have VWAP coming down. So we are looking for somewhat of a retracement and or consolidation. So 3-day, still money flow is super thick. We are about to get a red dot on the 2-day most likely. Money flow is still thick. You're probably going to get the 1-day probably has a red dot. We do. So really, this is just looking like a consolidation, continuation pattern. I don't really see too much of a dip coming. I am expecting a 30% retracement at some point in time. The question is when. If you go back and look at the 8-hour, you have a bearish divergence here, technically speaking, but we're just kind of rolling sideways. So we haven't really, I think we're going to squeeze more shorts before we actually dump. We want to get more people wrecked before we choose a direction. And the only thing throwing my TA off is basically the ETF in terms of what that's going to do. And I don't know. I haven't had enough time to trade leverage recently. So this is what I'm doing. I have zero Bitcoin, by the way. I literally have all alts. So I'm using Bitcoin as the barometer. 4-hour, really 4 hours more of a bull flag. So I'm kind of happy to see what we're seeing. I like what I'm seeing. Doesn't mean we can't dump. Asia could come in tonight and just absolutely dump this thing 20%. It's possible. But altcoins are going. We're back testing. We've already back tested the value area high from the previous bull run already, which is this blue line. I wouldn't mind seeing another higher low to kind of confirm this is the range we're going to be in. We are selling off here at the end of New York. Let's zoom in for you a little bit more. I'll make this a longer video. So we are filling a gap here. Down to the 24-minute. Yeah, so a lot of this predicates on, New York's open tomorrow, but also more importantly tonight, Asia. What does Asia do? Asia usually makes a move in the first 2 hours of open and the last 2 hours before the London handoff. So yes, this does look like a McDonald's distribution pattern, but also at the same time, it could be just a continuation up. So it's a lot of what ifs. Nothing is, like I said, guaranteed in trading. This is all just probability. Let me switch charts for you and show you a chart that I don't use as often. Delete some stuff from here. Go back out to the 3-day. So those of you who are familiar with Wyckoff, what does this look like? This is an accumulation pattern. And if anything, this is going to be a massive cup and handle. You could have this, right? You could have that pullback to 45 to 46, what I talked about, and then back test for support, and then boom, you're gone. So there's a lot of what ifs. I want people to realize that nothing in trading is guaranteed. It's all probability. The probability is the higher we go without having a dump, the more likely we're going to continue moving higher because we're losing resistance levels. We're going to have to back test at some point, and I'm sure some whales and institutions will dump as well, but we're just not there yet. I think we don't have enough longs and FOMO trapped at the top here. I still see another week to 10 days of pushing before we trap some more retail traders and some leveraged longs, and then I see a dump coming. So just wanted to clear the waters there on some people that seem to be confused on what I'm pointing out, or I'm not communicating correctly on what I'm trying to say. But consolidation is continuation pattern currently until proven otherwise. So I still expect a push higher to $55,000 to $60,000 before a big correction. So nothing I say is financial advice. Best of luck. You want to find me, head over to Crypto Blackwall on Twitter and the Blockguard Discord. Thanks, guys.